Hi everyone, I'm Debbie Baldwin, and I'm the Director of Product Management for Manufacturing here at Acumatica. I've been with Acumatica for about 2.5 years, but have been focused on manufacturing for about 34 years. 15 of those years were actually working in the manufacturing facility as an industrial engineer, cost accountant, and controller. The last 19 years were spent in the software industry for manufacturing, doing implementations and product management. Presenting with me today is Angie Rowley, Andre Saint-Amour, and Ralph Quebec. Before we get started, we have just a bit of housekeeping to discuss. If you have any questions during the presentation, please enter them through the live discussion area on the right of your screen. We'll get to as many questions as we can via the chat, but if we don't get to your question, we'll follow up after the event and make sure to answer everyone's questions. If you're experiencing any technical issues during the presentation, just click the Help Desk button and somebody will be able to help you. Also, all of the recorded sessions today will be available on demand after the event. Okay, let's get started. During today's session, I'm going to focus on the following. First, I want to introduce the Manufacturing Edition by talking about the vast capabilities of the Manufacturing Edition, the numerous types of manufacturing processes which are supported, the Manufacturing Edition solution footprint, the primary industries in which the solution is a strong fit. We'll then hear a testimonial from one of our Acumatica customers that's benefiting from running their manufacturing operations with our application. And finally, you'll see an overview demonstration incorporating existing workflows in addition to the new visual schedule, pre-assignment of lot and serial on production orders, process manufacturing, and other usability features that were added with 2021R2. We'll begin our presentation with an introduction to the Manufacturing Edition. Acumatica Manufacturing Edition provides manufacturing depth with an extensive suite of connected manufacturing business applications for production, estimating, engineering, material planning, scheduling, and product configuration. But the Manufacturing Edition doesn't stop with just manufacturing capabilities. The Manufacturing Edition allows you to manage your entire business with inventory and order management, data collection, finance, and document management. Acumatica's Manufacturing Edition is an ERP that supports multiple types of manufacturing. We know that our customers come in all shapes and sizes. We have customers that make to stock, engineer to order, make to order, configure to order, project-centric, job shops, repetitive, as well as batch processing. We support your company with a very modern, flexible, and feature-rich ERP that's helping thousands of businesses grow around the world. Anywhere that you have access to the internet, you'll also have access to Acumatica. As long as you can get to the internet, you'll also be able to get to the critical business data that lives within Acumatica. With Acumatica's mobile application, we also have the ability to scan materials, scan labor, move items from one work center to the next, and scan items into inventory. Users can also clock on and off production orders with supervisor approval prior to posting. Acumatica Manufacturing Edition is comprised of 3 key modules: Bills of Materials, MRP, and Production Management. Beyond those core modules, there are also some optional modules that you might elect to add on. The estimating module is a module that's typically used for manufacturers that are engineering to a specific order where companies design and manufacture a product based on very specific customer requirements. The product configurator is another module that can help with custom finished goods. The difference being that the configurator is used when users want to select features and options that would go into the finished product. The Advanced Planning and Scheduling module is available when plant managers want to optimally schedule their shop floor and then plan to have materials arrive at the appropriate times to meet this schedule. The Engineering Change Control module gives customers the ability to create engineering change requests and have managers approve these and turn them into engineering change orders with the ability to track approvals through the entire process. Hundreds of manufacturers across multiple industries rely on Acumatica Manufacturing Edition. Specific industry features include job costing, outside process support, engineering change orders, lot and serial traceability, and more. On this slide are just a few examples of Acumatica customers that have embraced Acumatica's modern ERP to help them improve collaboration, planning, productivity, and customer retention. Today, we're going to highlight one of our customers, AFF Group. Located in Lehman, South Carolina, AFF Group is a U.S.-based textile manufacturer where they are industry leaders in delivering product and logistics solutions to manufacturers and distributors worldwide. Let's watch this short video featuring American Foam and Fabric, or AFF Group, where they talk about how they're using Acumatica Manufacturing Edition to better serve their customers.
AFF Group is a textile manufacturing and distribution company that does three types of products: vinyls, foam, and laminated goods, and all primarily in the seating segment. So if you sit on a seat, whether it's an office seat, a golf cart, or a car, that's our type of product. We have almost 500,000 square feet of facility here, and we were hand counting and managing things by a spreadsheet.
There was no such thing as safety stocks. Lead times weren't really discussed or being monitored. What Acumatica did was bring us up to speed and trained us on how to properly run our supply chain.
So we were able to put everything into the system, print out the barcodes, print out the shipping labels. We were able to have an inventory structure.
We've reduced our waste by 25%. We've also increased our production capability by 30% just by knowing when to manufacture what.
We've been very fortunate to have Blytheco helping us facilitate this process, helping us think forward, and not just in terms of what we need today, but what we need in the future.
What they've been able to do is build dashboards and reports that we find useful that may be unique to us, whether it's, what to set our safety stock levels at, what to set our service levels at.
I was able to take basically what we call the mess and create a good reporting package for each of our departments to really analyze where we're at, where we're going, and to really strategize our growth.
Previously, it was very one-sided, one point of contact. Now with Acumatica CRM, having all of that information at a few clicks of a button, it is seamless communication from anyone customer facing and allows them to build a relationship with AFF Group and not with a particular employee.
Dashboards has changed everything. Our sales grew 21% this past year. The reason for that was because we're selling smarter. Before we used to outwork a problem, but now with Acumatica we outthink the problems.
Being able to make the right decisions at the right time really does come down to having the right data, and that's what we have with Acumatica.
It is growing with us. It is adapting to our needs.
We are in an old business, an old industry, textile manufacturing, and we're doing it a new way with partners like Acumatica because the digital transformation allows us to stay relevant for this century and beyond.
In this next section of the presentation, Andre, Angie, and I will present an overview demonstration incorporating existing workflows in addition to the new features that were added with 2021R2. You'll also see a quick tour of the new process manufacturing suite for Acumatica demoed by Ralph. The demonstration story for today is our company is Red Rock Manufacturing. We make commercial HVAC units. One of our customers, Dunder Corp, has ordered 10 HVAC units to be installed at their new office building. We've agreed to manufacture the air conditioners and have them delivered by the end of the month. I'll take just a moment to provide a brief overview of the end-to-end demonstration we'll show today. We'll start with creating the order for the 10 HVAC units. Next, we'll run Capable to Promise to make sure that we can deliver the units on time. Then, we'll schedule the order and view it on the new visual schedule. Once we schedule the order, we can begin to manufacture the units. As part of our process, we send our units out to a subcontractor to add coolant. We'll create a purchase order to purchase the services from our subcontractor, and then, using vendor shipments, we'll send the units to our subcontractor. Next, we'll see our subcontractor walk through the production of the coolant utilizing the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica. Once we complete our production order, we create the sales order to ship the HVAC units to Dunder Corp. As time goes by, Dunder Corp calls to say that 2 of the relays have failed and they need replacement parts. They have given us the lot number of the relays and we are able to trace them to the HVAC units. Once we have investigated, we realized that the relays were actually used on 3 of the units. We have the units in stock
and immediately ship them out to the customer. Now, I'll hand it over to Andre, who will kick off the demonstration by entering the sales order of the air conditioners for Dunder Corp and showcasing the Capable to Promise functionality.
Thanks, Debbie. Hi, everyone. I'm Andre Saint-Amour, and I'm a business analyst on the manufacturing team. Today, I will be assuming the role of a customer service manager. Dunder Corp contacted Red Rock to place an order for 10 of our 1200 HVAC series air conditioner units and would like to have them delivered in 3 weeks. I go ahead and create the sales order for 10 air conditioner units. And since the item has been set up for Capable to Promise, then I can check to see if I can deliver this by the request date. As I drill into Capable to Promise, I can see all of the lines on the sales order where Capable to Promise is an option. Once I select the line, I simply click Process to calculate the CTP date. The system checks to see if I have material and resources and shows me the earliest date that I can have the air conditioners. When I process Capable to Promise, it shows that I am able to ship the 10 air conditioner units by the request date. I accept the promise date, and Capable to Promise creates the production order linked to the sales order. Since I am confident that we can meet the request date, I'll just email the sales order to Dunder Corp to confirm the order will ship on time. Now, over to Angie to schedule the order.
Thanks, Andre. I'm Angie Rowley, and I am a product manager of the manufacturing team. Before I step into the role of production scheduler, let me quickly give you a tour of the visual scheduler. Under the screen name, we have a few action buttons. Below that, an area is reserved to filter the data presented on the form. Under that, we see production orders and a Gantt chart layout. And lastly, at the bottom of the screen, capacity and consumption of work centers and machines is displayed in a histogram view. Now, as the production scheduler, I need to be able to easily plan and schedule my weekly operations. With the 2021R2 release, I can see all of my production orders graphically. Red Rock Manufacturing plans in 1 to 2 week increments, but the ability to zoom out to look at the month or drill down to a specific day and hours within that day are supported. The date range will narrow the production schedule results to display only production orders where the start date of the production order falls within the range specified. If I were responding to a query by a sales rep as to when their specific customer production order was scheduled to start, I can enter the customer information to narrow the results on the board. If they have the specific sales order number, that can be entered as a filter too. Or if I want to easily find all future production orders that exist to build a specific subassembly, I can enter the inventory ID to see only relevant production orders. But today I want to use the visual schedule to review and generate the schedule for the next 2 weeks. To make it obvious which production orders are firm, I'm going to choose to color code the bars in the Gantt chart by firm schedule. Other options for color coding are order type, work center, production order status, and dispatch priority. Now that we have filtered our data, I will collapse the filter section to provide more working space on the screen. I already have the board set up to my liking, but I want to call out that I can use the wrench icon to trigger the column configuration functionality. Or I can right-click on the production order grid to initiate a full menu of column-specific options. Directly within the production order grid, I can set the dispatch priority and scheduling constraint value, both of which are considered when scheduling is run. To schedule the production of the 10 air conditioners for Dunder Corp, I check the selected box, then choose the Schedule action button. If there were not enough material to produce the air conditioner units at any operation, a lightning bolt visual indicator would be displayed. Since the air conditioning production requires the units be sent to a vendor for outside processing, notice the white circle icon. Because we do not want future scheduling processes to move this production order, We will check the selected column again and choose the Firm action button. Notice the bar of the production order color changes as it is now firmed. As the scheduler, I do a quick review and am satisfied with the revised schedule. Debbie, as the production manager, will now demonstrate the process to build the air conditioner units.
Thanks, Angie. Taking on the role of the production manager, I'll now take a look at the production order. A few days have passed and the production order has already been released. At Red Rock, we pre-assign serial numbers to our production orders so that when we release the production order, we can print the labels for the HVAC units and we can include them in our shop packet. This is a brand new feature added with the release of 2021R2. The production details show the detailed bill of material information for this specific production order. Operation 10 is the assembly of the HVAC unit. Notice that some of my items are backflushed, but the items that are lot or serial controlled are issued manually to the operation so that I can issue them to a specific end unit for traceability purposes. Operation 20 is my outside process operation. I'm sending the air conditioners to a subcontractor to add the coolant. My subcontractor is charging me $100 per unit. Notice that on each material, I can specify whether this is regular, phantom, or a subcontract item. If it is a subcontract item, then we can specify the source. In this case, we're sending the labels to the subcontractor and purchasing the refrigerant service. On the Outside Process tab, I can see that this operation is marked as an outside process operation. I can also default the vendor to be used on this operation for the service, as well as the location to ship the item to for the services. Then, my final operation is to inspect the air conditioners once they're returned from the subcontractor. Since Operation 10 has already been completed, we're ready to send our items to the subcontractor. Since this is an outside process operation, meaning this operation will be completed by its subcontractor, then I need to create the purchase order for the service. If I click on Create Purchase Order, I can automatically create a purchase order for the service. Once I create the purchase order, the PO number appears on the Outside Process tab of the Outside Process operation. Next, we'll need to ship the air conditioners to the subcontractor to complete the refrigerant service. I click Create Vendor Shipment to automatically create the vendor shipment. This takes me to the vendor shipment screen where I can prepare the shipment. If I had multiple production orders that I wanted to ship on a single shipment, I could add them by simply clicking Add Production Orders and by selecting any production order that I wanted to combine on the shipment. Next, I will print my pick list for my picker to get the items and bring to the packing station. Then, I'll print my packing slip and ship the items to the subcontractor. Once my paperwork is prepared, I'll confirm my shipment. Confirming the shipment updates the shipped quantity and changes the status of the shipment to complete. If I return to the production order details and look at my outside process operation, I can also see that the shipment quantity and at vendor quantity has been updated. Now, Ralph will give you a brief tour of the process manufacturing suite for Acumatica.
First, Debbie, thank you for the order. Second, I'd like to introduce myself. I am Ralph Kubek with eWorkplace Apps. Today, I will play the role of production manager at ChemiCool. We manufacture the coolants used in the Red Rock units. We make several gases, coolants for Red Rock, and based upon the size of the unit Red Rock sends us, we use either a 10 or 20-pound vessel. The order Debbie just sent us was to fill 10 20-pound units. This is a cost-plus contract, and the target density of this gas is 8.3. Now that we have an order, and you know who we are, let's get working. I first want to review the formula for ref gas, which we will use in the units they just sent. Why? We fill many different size units with ref gas for Red Rock as well as other firms, and the formalization of ref gas is the key to our success. Having a formula for ref gas that can be applied to different units ensures we deliver the same quality gas each time. While we fill different size units, the base smallest unit is 10 pounds or 1.195 gallons. We use 10 pounds for this formula. The bill material and batch ticket will size the amount of gas needed for different size units. I see the process steps we will be using, and I see that we have tests after Operation 40 and Operation 50. At Operation 50, we need to check the water content. We see the materials we need at each operation as well as instructions. We call this boilerplate. Process manufacturing allows us to create a formula based upon a percent of weight, percent of volume, or discrete unit of measure. We will use percent of weight for this formula. You notice that most items are in kg, others are in grams. From an inventory aspect, I have noted we will backflush these items. You can see for Effie, we allow a lower tolerance of 5% and an upper tolerance of 7%. This is since the temperature during the production process causes us to vary the amount used to meet our specifications. I see we need to use a gas mask. In terms of overhead, as this is a cost plus agreement, I want to be sure we are using the correct cost in rate. I see that the density is correct based upon the PO 8.3, and I do not need to make any changes. Key to our costs and planning is the 2% loss we have when the gas dissipates during production and the 1 pound we lose when we flush lines. Next, I will move to the bill material screen. Why? Because each type of unit we fill uses specific vessels and connectors. On the Materials tab, I see the specific items I need when working on this unit. Now we need to make gas and fill 10 units each with 20 pounds of ref gas. Since we do not have any ref gas in our holding tanks, we need to create a batch ticket to make the gas as well as fill the vessels. A mixed type batch ticket combines ref gas formula and the bill material for filling the unit. We would use a fill type batch ticket if we had ref gas in a storage tank. First, I select the formula. Now I select the product I want to manufacture. Notice that only the products related to ref gas can be selected. I could create gas and put it in a tank. I could fill a 10-pound unit. I could fill a 20-pound unit. This ensures that we only fill units that use ref gas. I will create a batch ticket for 10 units which require 20 pounds of gas. I see the weight and volume that we need for the 10 units. I see we are filling 10 units with 20 pounds of gas. I see the process steps related to this batch ticket. I see the materials I need to produce a 20-pound unit. I see the components I need to use. Notice I need 2 gas masks. Remember when we created the formula, we indicated we needed a mask at Operation 20. When we created the bill material, we indicated we needed a mask when we were filling the unit. Therefore, it shows me I need 2 masks. When filling a unit, I need a pressure gauge. In terms of overhead, as I am making gas and filling the tank, I see the overhead for both processes. The planned costs and labor time are what I expected to see. Now that we have reviewed the batch ticket, we can release the order. As the material is backflush, we do not need to issue material. The floor just alerted me that they have completed step 50, so I will now do a move, report production. This will backflush labor and material based upon our setup. The system reminds me there is a QC test that needs to be performed when step 50 is completed. I do not need to alert the QC team. Why? Because I will now change hats, become the quality control manager, log onto my dashboard where I can see the details related to my role. I see that I have a QC order that's pending. It has not been started. I drill into the order to perform the needed quality control steps. I first enter the water content reading. I see it passes. I evaluate and post the results. Now that quality control is completed, I will inform production to do a final move into inventory. The final step in the sales fulfillment process is to print a certificate of analysis so we can attach it and a label to the unit. The certificate of analysis shows the results of the water test, which Red Rock requires us to report. So we are now done. I hope you saw how we could create a formula for the coolants we use that formula to create bills of material for each of the units we fill for Red Rock, how we could process a batch ticket and ensure the needed quality control tests are done, create reports labels needed by Red Rock showing product and production detail as well as test results. Now we could generate the shipment of the HVAC units back to Red Rock, where Debbie will continue the story of Dunder Corp purchasing HVAC units.
Thanks, Ralph. When the subcontractor shipped the air conditioners back to Red Rock Manufacturing, our receiving dock received the purchase order. Once I am notified that the air conditioners have been received, I can move the items to the next operation. Since the cost of the service and label is backflushed, this cost gets added to the operation at the time of the move. Now, back at my production order, the quantity at the vendor has been updated to reflect that the air conditioners are no longer at the vendor. Now, all that's left to do is complete the inspection and ship the air conditioners to Dunder Corp. At any time throughout the production process, I can return to dashboards or reports in order to gain visibility into the current status of production. We also have reports like our production summary, work in process report, work center dispatch, and production order performance. And I also have the flexibility to build my own reports from scratch. One new report that was released with 2021R2 is the Production Order Labor Efficiency Report. I'm going to run this report for the production order that I just completed for Dunder Corp. I'll also include employee details. With this report, I am able to see the efficiency of each employee as well as the efficiency for the entire production order. As time goes by, Dunder Corp calls to say that 2 of the relays have failed and they need replacement parts. They have given us the lot number of the relays and we want to trace them to the HVAC units where they were used to see if they were used on any other HVAC units. I can do this a number of ways. First, I can run the lot serial hierarchy report to see the parent lot and serial numbers that the components were issued to. If I want to filter by a component and serial number to find out where it was used, I can also use the Where Used in Production screen. When I enter the lot number of the relays, I can see that they were actually used on 3 of the air conditioners that were installed at Dunder Corp. The ability to trace a component item to the parent item is a new feature that was released with 2021R2. I know we have the relays in stock, so we'll just go ahead and ship these out to the customer today. During today's demo, we showed you how manufacturers use Capable to Promise, visual scheduling, pre-assignment of lot and serial numbers, vendor shipments, and the Production Order Labor Efficiency Report to provide better visibility into production, increase throughput, and improve production efficiencies, which in turn leads to customer satisfaction. In addition to these features, we also gave you a sneak peek at the Process Manufacturing Suite. As we wrap up today's presentation, we'd like to encourage you to visit our Acumatica community to stay engaged. At community.acumatica.com, you can create or vote on product enhancement ideas, plus participate in discussion forums. If you're looking for more in-depth content related to manufacturing, access the Manufacturing Edition page of www.acumatica.com for demos, data sheets, and testimonials. On behalf of the manufacturing team, we'd like to thank you for attending this session. If you'd like to install 21R2 and begin testing the new features, you can find it on the community's website and navigate to product downloads. There you'll see an Acumatica 2021R2 topic with a link to download the software and supporting content. We value you as a customer and would welcome any feedback via email. You can send this feedback to the email addresses shown here on the slide. Thanks for your support and have a great rest of your day.